Close your eyes for a moment. Now imagine you're being accused of a crime you didn't commit. Imagine you're standing in a courtroom, heart pounding, listening as the judge pronounces the words that'll seal your fate. Death by execution. It's easy to think this could never happen to us. But the reality is, the way our justice system operates can affect anyone at any time. The possibility of injustice should concern every single one of us. After researching credible sources, I believe that the death penalty is fundamentally unethical. Why? Because it violates our basic human rights. It can be unfairly influenced by racial bias and carries a tragic fate. Has no place in modern society. The tragic risk of executing innocent people. Today, I'll show you how these reasons reveal that the death penalty is outdated and unjust practice that has no place in the human society. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, adopted by the United States in 1948, declared every individual's right to life and to be free from cruel, inhumane, and degraded punishment. Yet the death penalty directly contradicts this. Beyond the physical act of execution, which itself can be excruciating, whether by lethal injection, electric chair, or gas chamber, there's also the physiological torture of years spent waiting on death row in extreme isolation, never knowing what day might be your last. According to the Journal of Social Issue, more and more countries are abolishing the death penalty precisely because it is recognized internationally as a human rights violation. Some argue that the death penalty deters crime and has no solid evidence to support this. In contrast, rehabilitation programs have been shown to reduce vindictivism. Rehabilitation focuses on addressing the root cause of criminal behavior, such as addiction, poverty, and trauma, and helps reintegrate the individuals into society as productive citizens. Instead of meeting violence with state-sanctioned violence, we should invest in programs that change lives and prevent crime before it happens. Numerous studies have shown that racial bias can distort who receives the ultimate punishment. The Death Penalty Information Center reported in 2020 that individuals convicted of murdering white victims were significantly more likely to receive the death penalty than those convicted of killing black victims. And it's not just about the victim's race. The defendant's race matters too. People of color, especially black defendants, are more likely to be sentenced to death. Beyond race, wealth also plays a role. Defendants who can't afford a skilled legal team often receive poor defense teams, making them more vulnerable to the death penalty. Even jury selection can be tainted by bias, consciously and unconsciously. Think about this. The death penalty is irreversible punishment we have, yet it is applied in a system where prejudice and inequality still exist. Is it truly ethical to let a flawed system decide who lives and who dies? The proceedings of the National Academy of Science estimated about 4% of those sentenced to death in the United States are actually innocent. That sounds small, but each percentage point represents a human life. Consider the case of Cameron Todd Williamson, executed in Texas in 2004 for allegedly setting a fire that killed his 3 children. Later analysis revealed the forensic evidence used to convict him was fundamentally flawed, but by then, it was too late. Wrongful convictions often result from unreliable eyewitness testimonies, false confessions under pressure, misconduct by police or prosecutors, and once an execution is carried out, there's no way to undo it. How can we, as a society that values justice, tolerate a system with such irreversible consequences, knowing innocent lives are at stake. We've seen how the death penalty violates our most basic human rights, how racial bias and inequality distort its use, and how wrongful convictions risk the ultimate injustice, the execution of innocence. The death penalty is not ethical. It belongs in an older and more brutal era, a time when punishment was driven by more revenge than by reason or fairness. We must move beyond vengeance. Modern justice should focus on rehabilitation, on understanding and addressing the root cause of the problem, and protecting every person's fundamental rights, even those accused of terrible acts. Let's work towards a justice system that reflects not just what we fear, but what we value: compassion, fairness, and a respect for human life.